want me to just break it up question by question? Hello everybody, welcome to season 2 of Girls with Crowns. Yes, put your crowns up, put your crowns up. I'm Dr. Tuesday Mahoney, and I'm so excited to be here today to share with you 2 amazing HBCU queens. And if you don't know what that HBCU stands for, it's Historical Black Colleges and Universities. And today, HBCU Fan-Addict will be emphasizing 2 of those amazing campuses. So we have this Texas College in the house. Texas College is located in Tyler, Texas, and we'll get to find out more about this awesome queen in just a second. Oh, and guess what? We have Miss Jarvis Christian University in the house. So this beautiful queen will be able to tell you in just a second a little bit more about Jarvis and all the amazing things that she's doing in her queendom.
We can get you a talk show, girl.
All right, welcome back to Girls with Crowns with Dr. Tuesday Mahoney, HBCU Fan-Addict with Black Girl Magic Museum. So queens, we're so excited to have you today, and I must say your crowns are absolutely gorgeous. Let's find out more about you. So Miss Texas College, tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Kaylin Promise. I am from Fort Worth, Texas. I'm currently a senior majoring in physical education with a minor in biology.
Oh wow, so you really like to touch things or get physical?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a very hands-on person.
Very hands-on. We like that. We like the hands of the crown too. All right, so our next queen is Miss Jarvis Christian University. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Alexis Sharice Forge. I am the 85th Miss Jarvis Christian University. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm a senior biology major.
Okay, so what do you plan on doing with biology?
Actually, after I graduate, I'm going to school so I can pursue physician assistant.
Oh, awesome. So we have some very intellectual queens in the house tonight. Come back and check out our next question for these girls with crowns. So queen, can you tell me a little bit about Jarvis Christian University and why I should consider Jarvis as my HBCU of choice?
Yes, ma'am. Well, first and foremost, I can say that Jarvis Christian University is actually in a small, quiet town, Hawkins, Texas, if you've ever been. If you haven't, it's a little between, it's about 1 mile outside of Hawkins, and it's about 5 between Big Sandy or Tyler, Texas. I'm actually from Houston, as I told you guys, so it's a big change for me to go from like a lot of hustle and bustle to quiet. Like, I only see that when I go see my family. I would say a real reason to choose Jarvis would be because of the fact that it's actually small. It felt more like a home setting. As a matter of fact, I was recruited on a basketball scholarship for a full ride, and when I went for my first view of the college, I met my coach, and when I met my coach, I immediately met my teammates where we hit it off. I was actually the youngest on my team for 3 years. Everybody there, even down to the students and the staff, everybody's able to talk to you. You're able to get in contact with everything. It's more hands-on. You don't feel alone, like as far as help with housing and anything like that. And I can honestly say another reason I would say to choose Jarvis is outside of the family aspect, you make connections that'll last with you for a lifetime.
Absolutely. That's what I love about those beautiful small HBCUs. And the whole theme of HBCUs is all about building family, the culture of HBCUs, and that's what I want young people to understand. It's the one place where you can go to be unapologetically African American and Black. So, Queen, I remember driving onto Jarvis's campus, and it reminded me of a beautiful plantation.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Right. So, just tell me about what it feels like to live on that campus, the environment itself, and then it being a smaller town.
So I can say it was honestly a big adjustment because I started out in the actual freshman housing, which is the Living and Learning Center. That's usually like the main foot traffic that you'll see at Jarvis. It doesn't matter what your classification is, everyone's always in the LLC. I would say that as far as staying like in a smaller dorm, other schools that I visited, what I noticed are like at Jarvis, they tell you that you have like a roommate, but it's like with your roommate situation, again, it feels more like family inside of the room. It's you and one other person, but you have your own like living area as far as your own side of the rooms. As far as inside of your dorms in the LLC, you have your own sink in your own mirror. You do have a suite mate, which is good for you, especially when it comes down to developing, because it helps you be more social, and it's more, I'll say it gave me more of a adult feel. Like it helped me learn to understand that I had to clean up after myself, but as well as sometimes others.
Yeah, those roommates can be tricky.
And I also stayed in the new dorms. Our new dorms are actually New Dorm North and New Dorm South, and they're in the center of our dorms. Those are typically like the prettiest of the prettiest of dorms. You also share a bathroom with someone there, but those rooms are far more spacious. And I'll also say it comes with carpet, which I absolutely love.
Yes.
I love that.
Sounds like the living and learning experience at Jarvis is on point. Thank you so much, Queen. Miss Jarvis Christian University. All right, we're live at Black Girl Magic Museum in the royalty room, and I'm so excited to have two beautiful queens, but I'm taking it all the way over to East Texas with our HBCUs. So Miss Texas College is in the house. Miss Texas College, tell us why you chose Texas College to be your #1 HBCU.
So our campus is toward the college in Tyler, and when I came on campus, it automatically made me feel as if I was at home. We started with a STEP program, and it's like a head start for the school. You get credits before you even start, so you'll be ahead of the freshmen coming in. So once I got to the campus, I started the STEP program. The dean, the advisors, president, they all made me feel at home. It just made me feel like I was really at home. It's a small institution, so you're close to everybody. The president, the advisors, the dean, they all make you feel welcome. They actually help you with a lot.
I like that point about helping you with a lot. So HBCUs, that's what they are known for, to nurture their students and to make sure that you can fulfill your goals. So with your Texas College degree, where do you plan on taking that?
I plan on coaching at Dallas ISD. As of right now, I have a job lined up in Dallas, so I plan on teaching biology while coaching too.
Excellent, dynamic. So HBCUs are going to have the best academics that you can think of, so I want you to check them out. HBCU, Texas College. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the awesome initiatives that you have completed this year in your queendom at Jarvis Christian University?
Yes. Well, first I would like to say that it wasn't just like a solo effort. It really took more so not just me, but the support of my advisors, my president, as well as help with like student services and mainly my attendants. They were really helpful, and some of my line sisters in helping me implement some of these things. One of the main things that I really did touch on was the fact that I had a visual of candlelighting for those who lost recently to police brutality. I think it's very important for especially many of us in our community to stay well versed and understand the things that are happening in the world around us, even if you can't be a person that stands on the front lines. As far as activism, it's good to be well aware. Another thing that I helped implement around my campus was we wanted to try to bring back more of the safe spaces. One of my advisors here, Ms. Erin, she actually is a part of the women's group that one of my line sisters took the initiative to push so that we could get those things out. Because, you know, as far as our community, a lot of our things that we go through isn't very much talked about and well versed as a woman, and especially as an African American.
All right, looks like Jarvis Christian University is moving it forward for the community and for women. Thank you so much. You know, right here in Black Girl Magic Museum, it's all about women empowerment, and we were so excited to hear what our HBCUs have to offer. So Miss Texas College, can you tell me, under your queendom, what have you done to really impact your community?
Yes, ma'am. Going back to what Ms. Jarvis said, we had a lot of programs at the churches. I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Charles Shaw.
Shout out.
He was a major help during my reign. Most of my programs and positions that I were put in was because of him. I'm actually trying to start a field day for the students. You know, we have to get back to the community. So,
excellent, great. So Texas College is really in depth with Tyler, the city of Tyler, Texas, which is in East Texas. And so that's really great that beautiful queens like you and HBCUs can have such an imprint in your community. Thank you so much. All right, so we have partnered with Black Girl Magic Museum and HBCU Fan-Addict to create this beautiful content for little girls and women to really work on improving our attitudes, our smile, and our overall life. So Girls with Crowns is a book that is available on Amazon and also at the Black Girl Magic Museum in Dallas. Check it out. Queen, we want to ask you about how important a good attitude is in order to lead success in one's life.
I feel that it is very important to have a positive attitude all the time. Being a black woman, and from where I come from, black women are always known for bad attitudes. So your attitude shows a lot about you. It shows how you carry yourself, and no one wants anybody to be a queen who has a bad attitude all the time. So even if you're having a bad day, that's why you just hide that and keep a smile on your face. Never show nobody the bad side of you. You have to push through it and maintain a positive attitude.
Excited because like when I just did the tea talk with Miss Southern, I had told them like the main reason we had her tea was to talk about the different sides of women. And in my speech that I wrote on my phone, I had told them you have to remember that like you being a queen is just like a part of you, just like you being an athlete is a part of you, you being a student. So you just tell yourself like when you get into those different roles, no matter what happens, keep the ball rolling, because it's just like if something messes up right now, how can I make it look like I didn't mess up? How can I catch myself? And I will say, I think a person that really helped on that, she probably will never see this, but I will say, she used to be like Miss Tennessee, I don't know how many years ago, but Miss Dale, I met her over the summer, and she was like, you know, as a queen, you gotta be able to catch yourself even when you're falling, because it's your job to hold the kingdom down. Like, even if you have a king, you have to be the one that's perfectly put together always. But that's all I was gonna say to you.
All right, Girls with Crowns. Your attitude is your crown. So Miss Jarvis, could you tell us a little bit about attitude and how important that is for success?
I can say personally, I can say coming from my exact position, I had to literally tell myself to make not a 360 but a 180 of change. A lot of things I tell people is when I came to college, I was never like an unruly child or anything. I was just more so really shy. It's kind of crazy because I say like Jarvis made me feel like a home, because I remember my freshman year, I used to call my parents like every day before I knew people, and I would cry and be like, can I go home, can I go home? And my mom and my dad would be like, you just gotta stick it out. College is what you make it, you gotta see. And I learned that played into my attitude. I have a 12-year-old little sister named Haley, and she embodies everything that I say that I want to do, whether it was when I wanted to pledge my sorority, whether it was becoming Miss Jarvis, or even when I decided to become Miss Junior. My attitude and my outlook on life had to become positive. I could no longer focus on especially being a queen, I cannot let like little things tear me down, as far as like, oh, I'm having a bad day. Well, that's the end of the day, I don't want to go anywhere. No, I still had to tell myself, a part of it was if I look my best, I feel my best, and it played into my attitude. And as a young lady, especially for young ladies that are growing up, a part of it has to be how you see yourself that plays into your attitude. You're only gonna feel the way that you tell yourself that you feel. Nobody else has control over that. And I think that that's something that we should remember as far as you holding yourself accountable as a woman, that as a child all the way up until a grown woman, that your attitude is only based on how you self-reflect yourself. Nobody has control over that.
Powerful. Thank you so much for sharing that. So Miss Texas College, we know that you have a lot on your plate. You're an athlete as well as wearing that royalty for your campus. And tell me a little bit about how you juggle all that and what mental health means to you and how you're able to make it through your day.
So mental health means a lot to me. I had to learn how to balance it. One thing, the most, can we cut that? I'm sorry.
So Miss Texas College, we know that college in general is very stressful, and we know that you are very busy. About what mental health
Mental health is very important to me. I had to learn how to balance it, playing basketball, running cross country, and being in Texas College. The main thing I do to help me is pray. Praying helps me get through my day. If I don't pray, my day won't go right. I'll have a bad day. So I try to pray 3 times a day, if not 2 times when I wake up or at night. It just cleanses me. It helps me have a good day. I try to tell people that mental health is a very important thing because I was at a point one time where I just wanted to just crash out, but I had to figure out something to do to balance everything. Everybody isn't the same. Some people like to work out to clear their mind, to control their feelings. Some people like to shop. I'm the type that likes to pray, and sometimes I do work out, but praying is what got me through everything.
That's very inspiring.
What I can say is a major contributor to my mental health, and I have to shout out my mentor. She's also my soror, Ms. Thompson, and my teacher. She was one of the main people that was in my corner, as well as my family. One of the best things I heard from my advisor, which was one of the hardest things I had to learn, was being slow to speak and quick to listen, because there were so many things that would bypass me and so many details, and I would get so stressed out, and I would feel like my schedule, especially being queen, was so like stressful, because being a senior as a biology major, it's not easy, and then throwing it on top of it, I have games at least 2 to 3 times out of the week, and then on top of that, you have appearances where at the drop of the hat, I could be pulled from any given moment. One of the hardest things I had to tell myself to accept was, you only have 24 hours in a day. And when I didn't feel like I could just keep praying and keep praying and keep praying, because of course, God doesn't answer on our time, He answers when He's supposed to. I would just put myself in positions where I would start writing. I actually started talking to my counselor for a brief period at the beginning of the year, Dr. James. She's also one of the main powerful people that helped start the women's group and the safe spaces that we have on campus to be able to talk about our problems. And as well as, not many people know that I do this, but I did varsity level choir for a very long time, all the way through high school. So mainly my outlets consist of painting and singing, praying, or working out in order to keep my mind elsewhere. Because I feel like as long as I can either, one, make someone else feel good about what's going on, or change the narrative of how my day is going mentally, then I can help myself internally as well, because it starts with what I put out is what I'm gonna get